All right, finally, the trade that everyone had been anticipating has happened as the Panthers have traded up to the number 1 spot with the Chicago Bears. We'll talk about which each team got, how does this affect the draft, and why the Texans probably should have moved up to 1 if they fancied a quarterback in this class. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content as always. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, a beautiful football discourse. I will be streaming probably now. I'll be streaming a Walk the Mock, so be there for that. I mean, it's going to be crazy now that we have a new draft order. But let's go ahead, get into this as the Bears, they trade pick 1. They trade pick 1 and they get quite the haul. So the Bears right here, they will receive the first rounder this year, the number 61st pick. They'll get a first rounder next year in 2024, a second round pick in 2025. This one is the most interesting thing though. The Bears pick up DJ freaking Moore. Holy crap. But let's first talk it off from the Bears perspective. Like, for one, like, this is nice because obviously you're equipping your young quarterback Justin Fields with a great option like DJ Moore. You already brought in Chase Claypool. And you have Darnell Mooney. So now you have some playmakers there. You have playmakers, but now moving back to that 9th spot, it's very likely that they get their top option of really any position they want for the most part. But it feels like it's going to be like a guy like Peter Skoronski, Paris Johnson, maybe Broderick Jones, whatever tackle they fancy. Even Peter Skoronski with his versatility could end up being maybe a guard or a center pickup for the Bears, depending on how you view him as a prospect. But legitimately, they could go in a variety of different ways. They could even build the defense, moving down to 9. Maybe they like a guy like Lucas Van Ness. Maybe they like a Miles Murphy, Tyree Wilson. I kind of doubt's going to be there. Maybe the Jalen Carter fall happens, and they're still able to snag Jalen Carter at 9. They could get a cornerback too, because Kendall Vildor ain't exactly an ideal corner to Jalen Johnson. I know you also have what was the cat's name from last year out of Washington? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But I mean, he played majority in the slot. I actually played pretty good in the slot, so maybe you just keep him there. But like, this opens the door to a lot of things for the Bears to be able to equip Justin Fields and have a true evaluation season of him. On top of this, you also kind of hedge your bet in the 2024 draft if you want to move up for a quarterback. And I know no one wants to talk about it, but it's something worth mentioning. Maybe things don't work out next season with Justin Fields, and you're like, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's make the move to go up and potentially maybe get a Caleb Williams. So it's like, it hedges that bet. Not only are you equipped in Justin Fields, but if things really go south, which we've seen with first round quarterbacks time and time again, then you also kind of hedge your bet for the future. So great pickup by the Bears. The Panthers, they move up. Number 1, there's a quarterback they absolutely love, and they're going out and they're going to take him. We heard during the combine that the Panthers were going to be very aggressive when it came to moving up for a quarterback. So there's someone they fancy in this class. Now, I want to just mention this, the Texans. Anytime I have the Texans move up to 1 from 2, I always get the comment, oh, it's just stupid for the Texans to do that. It's just silly. And it's like, I get the thought process, like, potentially like, oh, you know what? Like, quarterback 1 and quarterback 2 are so close together in this class, or even quarterback 3 and 4, that, you know, the Texans are going to be fine with whatever they get. And I don't think that's necessarily true. It's like, if you like a guy, go and get him. Might cost you a little bit of draft capital, but it is what it is. What you're doing, you're trying to prevent teams like the Colts, or in this case, the Panthers, from going up to 1, being able to get their pick at quarterback, and then you're kind of stuck with the sloppy seconds. Maybe they take the guy that you want. I kind of assume, because for me, quarterback 1 in this class is Bryce Young. Though people can make cases for Stroud, they can make cases for Anthony Richardson. I could see any of those guys going 1, and you might be like, Anthony Richardson, ha, 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 ha. This is the NFL draft we're talking about. Come on. What happened after the combine with Travon Walker? He was suddenly number 1. So we'll probably hear closer to draft day who the Panthers fancy, and maybe we'll get some kind of idea of maybe what the Texans will be looking at that pick. But it's like now you are essentially taking the sloppy seconds at the quarterback position. It's not ideal. It's not ideal for those people that are like, oh no, the Texans, they're probably going to sign a vet and like a Jimmy G or a Jacoby Brissett, and then they're going to just take the best defensive player. They have too many holes. You need to address those holes. It's like, get your quarterback now. Like, you go ahead, invest in free agency a little bit this season, take your quarterback, and then just draft wisely with your other picks. Like, you don't know next year if you're going to be in a situation where you can move up 2-1. Like, we're talking about the Bears, like, potentially hedging. Doesn't mean it's an absolute if things go south with field that they can move up to that number 1 spot and get a Caleb Williams. Like, you don't know what next year's class is going to look like either. You don't draft for next year's class. You draft for this year's class. You don't know what the position will look like in next year's draft. I mean, yeah, we could project what it might look like, but you don't know. Like, this year, like, coming into this year, this year, we thought it was going to be a studded class. And now people are a little poo-pooing this quarterback class. Obviously not as much as 2022, but it's like you don't draft for the following class. You draft this class, you evaluate this class, and then you go from there. You don't know what'll happen in a year. You don't know who will decide to declare, who will decide to return. Just go ahead, you make the decision. Now you don't know where you'll be picking in the draft order. You don't know how hard it'll be to move up to get in a position to make that pick. It's like, to me, it makes no sense. So there's my Texans take on it. The Panthers, obviously they're taking a quarterback, and they feel pretty confident. However, their receiving room, oh, no. I'm sure we can bring up our lads for real quick. Our lads... Panthers roster depth chart. I'll take either or. All right, here I'm gonna move this a little bit over. Let's go ahead and make it bigger for y'all. Got the stupid ads in the way. Close this. All right. Now, let's take a look at this receiver room, because we got Terrence Marshall, who you're hoping could be an okay number 2. They have Laviska Shenault, and he's just really never has developed into more than like a guy that could occasionally be a home run threat. And then you got Shi Smith, slot guy out of South Carolina from 2021. Like, the receiving core looks bad, and unfortunately, the free agency class for receivers ain't that good either. So, like, what? Now we're talking about what are the Panthers' picks? Carolina Panthers draft picks. All right. So, looking at this... So, okay, they still have the 39. That's actually clutch. That's kind of huge. Still having 39 means they can go out and get a receiver. Maybe someone falls. But, I mean, I guess at that point, you're kind of like, you're looking at the next tier of receivers in, like, Nathaniel Dell, Josh Downs, which might be glorified slots. That might be the case. Do you maybe then reach for like A.T. Perry, Michael Thomas? Maybe you hope like a Hyatt makes it to you. like Jalen Hyde, but with how much hype he's getting, I doubt he makes it to 39. So it's like the Panthers. While I love the move, I don't mind the move to I don't mind them moving up. It just means that they gotta do something with this receiving class. Like, hey, you know what? 2024's receiving class is gonna be kind of good. Oh wait, they don't got a first, so it's like they gotta do something. So maybe they can make a move in a trade, like with what capital they have left. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind moving that second rounder for DeAndre Hopkins and then slowly just trying to figure out what to do at receiver until then. And it's like you bring in Hopkins and it's like whoever your young signal caller is, you could at least like, okay, well, at least we get 1 to 2 years where he'll have Hopkins and we'll try to figure it out from there. Maybe we'll draft well at the position or something. So it's like that could be an option. So I'm not gonna take that. I don't think that's necessarily out of the cards here. It'll be interesting to see what they do free agent wise. But again, the receiver class just ain't good. The free agent class, that is. And I know people would be like, oh, top end talent's kind of poo-poo. But there's like quality starters like they could get, even at that pick 93. Like you're probably looking at guys like Cedric Tillman. You're looking at guys like Jonathan Mingo, maybe Jaden Reed, Kayshon Boutte, if they want to go down that route. So like there's options there for the Panthers. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, the Bears fleeced the Panthers. We were saying the same crap. Or at least some people were saying the same crap last year about Russell Wilson being able to make that move. And it's like, in hindsight, that trade doesn't look as good now. So it's like, let this pan out. Let's see how the Bears draft. Let's see let's see the type of player the Panthers get. Like, because if they end up getting a guy who can reach at an elite level, then it's like, well, at the end of the day, it kind of feels worth it. So I would reel back on any hot takes right now. Like I ain't gonna be saying Bears fleece the Panthers, not just yet. But from my initial impression, I don't like that DJ Moore was included in this trade. I don't like it. But that's it for the video. Join us for the Walk the Mock. That's probably going on right now. But till next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.